Hello YouTube! Today, not from the Isle of Man or Manila. No, this, what you see here behind me, is rural China. About 2 hours outside of Baoding, which is 2 hours away from Beijing. And Baoding is the headquarter of a company called Great Wall Motors. And what you see there and behind me are Great Wall Motors products. And that's the one we're here for actually. I'm here for Visor from the Philippines, the motoring magazine that I do some work for. And that's the Haval H9. That's the latest SUV, which will come to Europe at some point. I've found out, I've been told, they have plans. Great Wall is in Europe, you know them from the Funky Cat and those kind of cars, but they sell very few. The sales figures are in the thousands. Whereby out here in Asia, their sales figures are in the millions. I mean, this is a massive, massive company. Huge, they have 25,000 people in R&D here alone, so it's, you know, it's pretty impressive. They flew us out here from the Philippines to drive the H9, so as you can see, we are quite rural. We just drove through a river there, that was fun. We drove up and down a mountain before, that was fun too, and slightly terrifying. But these cars are pretty capable. I just want to give you a glimpse at, you know, what I'm up to out here. All these people here, they're obviously, some of them are GWM, but the others are all various Philippine motoring journalists. So if you follow Top Gear Philippines or Auto Industria or of course Visor, they're all here, we're all here. We get a lot of these media things where they fly us out to places, sometimes far, sometimes close. Beijing is about I think it was about 4.5 hour, 4 hour flight from Manila. It's not that far, same time zone, makes it easy. And yeah, they basically showed us around all week. So we looked at the R&D, we looked at the safety center, we looked at their headquarter. We had a drive with the cars yesterday at the proving grounds, which was good fun. But today was really the highlight, getting them up on, you know, the sort of mountainous terrain where we are here. It's actually quite beautiful here. It's also pretty cold. It's about 0 degrees. Just about that the snow is gone. Still some ice about. And yeah, I just want to give you a glimpse at, you know, not just what I'm up to, but also the automotive future. Because like it or not, Chinese car manufacturers have come of age, for sure. They're no longer little, you know, niche things that build crappy cars. These guys are very serious. And, you know, I give them the German once over. Like, I sit in the car, pull on stuff, squeeze on stuff, try and rip it off. Now, they're pretty solid cars. And especially today when we put them through their paces in the mountains and stuff, I mean, they have come a long way. They're also pretty good value for money. I mean, the resale value is fine, we'll have to see, especially in Europe, of course, when they try and re-enter, which I believe they're trying to do next year with the H9, which is that one there. We'll have to see how resale values develop on these cars, of course. But if you want a really good 5 to 7 seater, this is actually 7-seater SUV, which is going to be available as a diesel. Well, in the Philippines, they're bringing the diesel model. But Great Wall also has hybrids. They even have hydrogen cars. They have everything, fully electric, whatever. You know, if you're just after a really good family SUV, honestly, I've seen a lot worse, especially if you consider the price point. Now, of course, this isn't really relevant for Europe and the UK because it's very different there. But they're going to bring this thing, a fully fledged, massive 7-seater SUV that's really like goes off-road almost like a G-Wagon. Has everything in it you could ever wish for. You know, electric seats and massaging seats and the lot, right? Under 2 million pesos, which in pounds is under 25,000 pounds. For that, for a massive SUV. That's tidy. Now the problem is the prices out here in Asia and in the UK are vastly different. So I'm not sure how much this one will be when it makes it to either the UK or mainland Germany, Europe. They do build cars for all markets. They have a factory in Thailand, so they can build right-hand drives quite easily. But we'll have to see how, you know, the price point is when they hit the UK. Probably a lot higher than 25, unfortunately. I can tell you from, you know, we just bought a Toyota Hilux and we bought the GRS, and that here is 2.4 million pesos. That's like 31,000 pounds. The same model in the UK is, I think it's about 50 grand, right? So you can see the price differences there. Now this one will probably in the UK be 40 to 50 grand. And car prices have just gone mental, right? But it shows you like out here in Asia how different the price points are, different taxes and all that kind of thing. But anyway, so get used to this face, get used to this name. Haval is one of the brands of GWM. They have multiple brands. They even do a motorbike. I spoke to some of the execs yesterday trying to persuade them to come to the Isle of Man TT. But their bike is a V8 cruiser, a 2-liter V8 cruiser bike. But I've tried to persuade them to build a sports bike and bring it to the TT. Granted, we were slightly tipsy on Chinese whiskey, but it was fun. Anyway, get used to this name, get used to the Chinese companies coming over, and get used to them. And I say that as a German who, shouldn't like Chinese cars, because obviously German, we're proud of our cars, but these things are bloody good. Like, they do things properly. They have tens of thousands of employees. They do everything right. So that's your glimpse at the future, the automotive one. It will be cheaper, it will be really well equipped, and it will give the Europeans a serious run for their money. Now we're going to head back, have a quick dinner, trip to the mall, I think, if we can squeeze it in. And then back to Manila tomorrow. And then very soon I'll be back in the Isle of Man. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little glimpse at automotive China. And see you next time. Please like and subscribe.